So this is the additional section that you need to learn as well for the computer programming. We are going to learn two things. The first is about string, and the other is about the additional function that you can use in Python. For example, the list comprehension, split, join, lambda, and etc. Maybe I can finish until this part. So for this one, this is, yeah, let's see what you can learn by today. String. Until now, you learn about string from the text file. You learn how to write, how to read into text file. So a string is a kind of class, and it is a sequence of character. So we have W, we have E, we have L, we have C, we have O, we have M, we have E. So it is a sequence of character. And there are many works on string. If you can apply the string, you can do with the NLP. Have you heard about it? So natural language processing. Okay. So if you work with the string a lot, I guess you can be the expert of the NLP, which is about like ChatGPT. This is about the hyperclova from Naver and etc. So this is just a basic thing about string. At first, in Python, you can create the string. So the string is a class, so you can just call string like this one. I give one more PyCharm. So I give one more zip file. So in the zip file, additional.zip, you can okay, you can extract this one. And then you can see there are some files. So you can copy this file and you can create a new directory in your PyCharm. So let's suppose the directory name is additional. Okay, so you can create the directory name as you wish. And then I will just copy all the codes here. Okay, so you will see that everything will be in this directory. Let's see later, one by one. I will make a Python file, string test. Okay. Now I'm going to create S1, which is a string, and then let's have a string welcome. So S1 equals to string. So if I print S1, then it is empty. Okay. This is empty string. Now if I have welcome inside the str means string. So if I run this one, then it will show the string which is inside this double quotes. The way to define the string, it is the same with the syntax like this one. So I have, let's suppose s2 equals to this one. So it is an empty string. I can print s2. So nothing in the console. But if I want to put, let's say, Python inside the double quotes, then it is also written as this one. So you can define the string with the str. So it is an object from the string. You can also define without str, and this is also an object from the string. So the idea of strings, it is immutable. If you still remember when we learned the data type at the first time, there are some data which is mutable and there are some data which is immutable. So strings, a string object is immutable. Once it is created, its contents cannot be changed. So to optimize the performance, Python uses one object for strings with the same content. So for example, I would like to show you with the S1 and S2, and we have the same string. Now let's suppose I have S1 and the word of S1 is welcome. And I have S2 and the word of S2 is also welcome. If I print S1 and if I print S2, of course, we get the same string. Okay. However, if both of them are using different variable name, we may think that they are in different ID. So I want to see what is the ID of S1. The ID here, indicates the place or the memory that the string use. So if I create S1, then Python will save this S1 into the memory. When I create S2, Python will save this variable also in the memory, and the memory address will be indicated with this ID. Now, if you look at the ID, there are two different variables, but the ID is the same. Okay, maybe numbers in your computer will be different with the numbers in my computer, but both of them will be the same. Is it correct? Okay, so you can check. So why it happens? Because strings are immutable. When they know that we define the same string, so they just refer both S1 and S2 as the same string object. So whenever we have the S1, it is a string, and S2, it is also a string. So they put into one of the same string object. For a string, it is considered as an object, and we can think that each of this character is individual character, or we can say that each of this one is an element similar to a list. So if I have S equals to welcome, let's say I use the S1, I have S1 as welcome, so I can know what is the length of S1. The length of S1 is 7. Why? Because we have 7 characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I want to know what is the maximum of S. What does it mean? Print maximum of S1. We can get O. Why? Why not W? Because if we look at the A, B, C, D, E, something, W will be the last one. But the result here is O. Do you have any idea? If you look at the ASCII table, what is the ASCII table? It follows the numbers in the ASCII table. The ASCII table starts with the big letter, with the uppercase. And then it goes to the lowercase. And what is the maximum number? The maximum number will be the lowercase. Even though W is after the O, but the big letter W has less number than small o. So in this case, the small o is using the decimal number 111, and the W, big W, it used the number 87. That's why when we want to get the maximum, here it shows O. What about the minimum? Okay. When we want to print the minimum, so it shows W, because we know from the ASCII table, W, it is the smallest number in the decimal. In the string, it is a kind of operation similar to this. So I have a string as programming. It means I can make it as a list where S is the variable name and S index 0 refer to the first letter, S index 1 refer to the second letter, and so on until we are in the S at index 10. So for example, I want to know the print S1 index 0. So I can get the result W, big W. I want to know what is the S1 index minus 1. What is the result? If I have minus 1, then it is the end of the letter. Then the result is E. Okay. So it is the same with list. And we can also do the operation similar to list. If you still remember about list, Let's suppose I have S1 welcome, S2 is Python, and then S3 is S1 plus 2 plus S2. So I have S1 is welcome, I have S2 is Python, and then I have S3 equals to S1 plus 2 plus S2. So I want to print S3. The result is welcome to Python. So the additional of string will be a string. Let's say I want to multiply. What does it mean by multiply? S4 will be 2 multiplied by S1. Then print S4. S1 is welcome. I want to have 2 times of S1. Then it means welcome and welcome. I can also do, you can multiply with 3. So it is 3 times and so on. I can check the elements in between the letters. So I want to check print S1 with the slicing. We learned in the list about slicing. So I want to know the index 3 until 6. Okay, 3 until 6. Then I will get COM. How? W is index 0. Okay. 0, 1, 2, 3. So it starts from C. And then we have C is 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Because we are going to go until the index 6, this will print the letters from index 3, 4, and 5. Not 6, because it will be -1. Okay. Now I want to know whether W is in S1 or not. I want to know print W is in S1. Oh, because it is a string, so I want to check this is the string. So I want to know whether W is in S1. The result is true, because in S1 we have the word welcome, and there is a W here. What if I change this to single quote? Is this wrong? Is it error? Then the result is still true. It means in the string, we don't care whether we use double quote or if we use single quote. What if I want to check small w? Sumunca. What is the result? True. The result is false. Why? I have big W, not small w. Okay, so this is case sensitive. Case sensitive means demunca, sumunca. It is different. Uppercase and lowercase, it is different. I want to check whether X is in S1. I will check. Is there any X in S1? Because there is no X, of course the result is false. Okay. So the use of negative index. I already mentioned to you, we can use also the negative index. Let me just print S1 minus 1. Okay. We can get the letter E. Now, if I have minus 3, 2 minus 1, what does it mean? We are going to check the minus 3, this is minus 1, this is minus 2, this is minus 3. And we are going to go to minus 1. And the result is O and M. Why? We start from minus 3, minus 2, and then minus 1 will not be included. Okay. Now, is it possible if I want to check from minus 1 to minus 3? Is it possible? If you look at this one, nothing. Why? In the slicing, if you don't have any, you can separate with column. Okay. So the first column is the starting index. The second is the stopping, and then the last one is the interval. If you don't specify any interval, then the interval will be 1. So is it possible if the interval is 1, we go from minus 1 to minus 3? It is not possible. That's why the result is empty. Now, if I put this one with minus 1, so I want to reverse. Is it possible? And we can get EM. What does it mean? We go from the last index, which is minus 1. We go to the next, which is minus 2. And then minus 3, which is O. So we don't consider the minus 3. We just use the minus 1 and minus 2. Because we know that every index in the last index will be minus 1. We can also find something, not only the one letter, we can also find the full word. For example, come. So is come in the S1? I want to know come. Is it in the S1? The result is true. Okay. Because we know in the welcome we have the word come. So I want to know if come is not in the S1. Come is not in S1. It means it is not available in the string S1. So the result will be false. Because come is available in S1. If I change some, is some not in S1? The result is true. Okay. in the string, because it is a list, we can create also a loop. What does it mean by loop? So in the loop, we can get for every of the letter. Let me just remove this one. So I want to know for every character in S1. So I want to print C. So let's just use this one. Then it will print WELCOME. If I want to print in the same line, you can use the command N with, if you don't have the space, then you will print the string. If you have the space, then you will print with the space. If you put comma in the end, so you will see there is a comma in between every of the letter. I can also use a kind of slicing. We call it rings. So I want to know what is the element of this S1 by looking at the index from 0 until the length of S1, and then I want to skip, let's say, for every 2 of the characters. And then I would like to print the C. What is C in this case? If you do this one, then C is the index. This is the index from 0 until the length of S1. What is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So until 7. And then we are going to do every 2 steps. Then it will be the index 0, 2, 4, and 6. If you want to get the string, you need to call the variable S1, and I use the square bracket. The square bracket means I want to know what is the value of that character in that index. So I will get W. W is the letter in the index 0. L is the character in the index 2. O is the character at index 1. And then E is the character at index 6. Okay. In the string, we can do comparison. So, for example, you know already in the comparison, we can use in the if S1, let's say it is green, and then S2 is glow. Okay. So I want to know if S1 equal to S2. So the result is false. Then using this one, you can do something with if. For example, if S1 equals to S2, then print the two strings are equal. Else, print the two strings are not equal. Okay, you can use like this one. Then you will see that the result, the two strings are not equal. Now I want to check the not equality. Okay. Okay, let me just put this one like this. I want to print S1 not equal S2. Okay. So the not compute. Okay. So this sign means not. If you want to specify not equal, you can use this symbol and then we will check. S1 not equal S2. Yes, it is true. Okay. Now we will check if S1 is higher than S2. What does it mean? S1 is higher than S2. Is it correct? Okay, it's true. Why? Let's look at a character. The first character is G. The second character is G. So actually, they are the same. What is the second character? Is R. And the second character here is L. Okay, let's look at this one. You can check again on the ASCII. So the standard of the mathematical expression for string, they use ASCII. So R, what is R? R is 114. What is L? L is 108. So R and L. So green is higher than blue. R is higher than L. Yes, because R is 114 and L is 108. Okay. So it is the same with the equality sign. Okay. When you have the equal sign, it doesn't matter because we still look at the difference of the characters. So we have S1 is higher than equal to S2. It is true. What about if I have S3 and this is green? So I want to know if S1 is higher than S3. What is the result? The result is false. Why? Because actually they are the same. So if I put S1 equal or higher than S3, what is the result? The result is true because we have the equal sign. Okay. What if I have the less than? S1 is less than S2. Then the result is false. Why? Because we look at the R and L. R is 114 before and L is 108. Okay. So we have L is lower than R. Okay. So this is false. The same with the equal sign. If we just put the equal sign, it is still false because it is not equal. It is higher than the glue. Okay, let me stop here. Okay, I will continue after the break.